Carl Woodall of Los Angeles.
Fine.
You look wonderful.
When you saw Toni on television, what'd you do, Mr. Woodall?
Well, Toni was on crutches, and she was asked why she didn't have her leg on. And I've been in the artificial limb business for 39 years, and I have developed a new lightweight plastic leg, which is natural in appearance and in action. So I got in touch with Toni and measured her up and fitted her in one of those new limbs, which she has on tonight.
Mm-hmm. These are very expensive, I know, and you didn't charge her anything.
No, Ralph, you see, I've been an amputee myself for 39 years. 49 years. And I knew that problem Toni was facing. So we talked it over, and I said, Toni said to me, Mr. Woodall, if you'll help me, I'll help others. So I give her the leg.
Thank you. Carl Woodall. On a June night in 1957, you're singing a chance fill-in date at the Kona Club across San Francisco Bay. You know that's an important night because it led to your joining Bob Scobie's band. Now, Bob, as you of course must know, Toni couldn't leave the embassy room of the Club Continental in Chicago tonight, but he's here in spirit from Chicago. Here's Bob.
Hi, Toni. We're all very proud of you tonight. And watching your life unfold brings back lots of memories. Especially the first night I heard you sing at the Kona Club in El Cerrito, just outside Oakland, California. You remember I went there to hire the bass player. And I was sitting at the bar while you were singing in the main room. And after you had finished, one of the waitresses came in, and tears were running down her cheeks. I looked at her and she said, "I'm sorry, it just happens every time she does this number." Well, I thought that anyone that could make people cry certainly had something unusual. As you remember, that's when I hired you. Also, do you remember the tune you were singing at that time, Someone to Watch Over Me?
Did you know when you hired Toni that she had lost a leg, Bob?
No, but she called me the next day and told me that she knew it would queer the deal, but she thought I should know that she only had one leg. Of course, I told her it didn't matter at all since I wanted her to sing, not dance. And believe me, Toni, that was a lucky day for Bob Scobie and his band. And we want you to know that we all love you and want the best for you always. See you in Chicago.
Thank you, Bob Scobie. Well, Toni, you just aren't satisfied with your own return to the active life you lived before the accident. You want others to find their way back, just as you did. And we'll learn about that and some other surprises in a moment. Right now, though, here's Bob Warren.
I guess the biggest concern most moms have about their families is getting every member to do all the things he really should. For example,
You just can't win. I can tell my family over and over that they should brush their teeth after every meal, but they don't. Well, because they can't always brush.
I sure can't.
I just can't always brush.
That's why our answer is Gleam.
Gleam, the toothpaste for people who can't brush after every meal. Just one brushing with Gleam destroys most bacteria that cause tooth decay and bad breath. You see, Gleam and only Gleam contains GL70 to fight decay and odor. Take a look at this scientific comparison. Here are mouth bacteria before brushing. Now see how one Gleam brushing destroys most bacteria. Not only destroys decay bacteria, but stops mouth odor all day for most people with one morning brushing. Means a sweeter kiss. So if brushing after meals is your problem, use Gleam. It's for people who can't brush after every meal.
Toni Lee Scott, you've brought the magic of song to many of us in spite of the obstacles placed in your way. But the real song in your heart is for the breaking hearts of children, children facing life as amputees. And you're doing something about it through the Margie Foundation.
You've always been my favorite singer, Toni, but I didn't know you until I came to a TV show when you gave me your autograph.
Well, that's Margie, isn't it? The girl who gave her name to your foundation. Let's find out how it all happened from Margie herself. So here she is, Toni, 14-year-old Margie Chapin of Chicago. Your escort here, anyhow. Margie, when you first met Toni, there was nothing wrong with your right leg, was there?
That's right. That was in May when I first saw her. I developed a bone infection during the summer, and when I found out that I had to have my leg amputated, I wrote a letter to Toni, and somehow it got delayed. And when she did get it, she came right over and saw me, and she's just been wonderful.
Yes. Through the foundation, Toni had Carl Woodall there fit you with an artificial leg. Is that right?
That's right.
Mm-hmm. Actually, though, Toni is the foundation, isn't she, Margie?
She certainly is. She's started a beauty shop in Chicago called the Poppy House.
The Poppy House?
The Poppy House, and it's on the second floor.
Mm-hmm.
On Northeast. But anyway, she signed over her share of the profits to the foundation so that other kids like myself can be helped. And I'm sure so many can be helped if this just gets going.
She's a pretty unselfish gal, isn't she?
Oh. Words can't say how wonderful she is.
Well, we know Toni loves you very much, Margie, and admires your happy spirit and spunk. Now, you and Toni, all the rest, can carry on right after the show at a party in her honor at the Hollywood Roosevelt Hotel, where all of you have been staying. We'll see that you, Toni, receive a film of tonight's program and this Bell & Howell 16-millimeter sound projector to show it on, as well as this Bell & Howell 16-millimeter electric eye movie camera. Marshall Jewelers of New York City have designed this gold charm bracelet especially for you, Toni, each charm a symbol of an event in your life. And Margie, we want you to have this RCA Petite Sportable television set. You can even tune it in from across the room, thanks to the magic of RCA Victor's wireless wizard remote control.
Oh,
You're quite welcome. We know how busy you are, Toni, helping others, making midnight calls to hospitals, and the transportation is often a problem. Well, the Ford dealers of America want to relieve you of that problem by presenting to you this all-new 1960 Falcon wagon. Isn't it a beauty? Modern in every detail. Every minute detail. You'll find your Falcon wagon has plenty of room inside, and it has lots of spirit coupled with economy of operation. I know you'll get many happy driving years out of your Falcon wagon, Toni. We, too, Toni, would like to have a small share in your good work, so here's a check made out to the Margie Foundation to help some other youngster who needs your help. Well, Toni, it's back to the Club Continental in Chicago to carry on with your singing with Bob Scobie, and I know they're all going to come in there to see you, who, by the way, tells us that he will very shortly release a new album with you on it, and that part of the proceeds from that album will go to the Margie Foundation. Now, you've shown us how a happy, cheerful spirit, when combined with a warm heart and determined purpose, can face life's severest trials with courage and hope, and that a helping hand to others often reduces the magnitude of our own problems. This is your life. Toni Lee Scott. Thank you, and may God bless you.
Our guests are flown by TWA, Trans World Airlines, who fly the Boeing 707 jets, the finest jetliner in the USA. Fly the finest. Fly TWA. March is Red Cross month, but every month the Red Cross service is available to everybody who needs it. Give generously. This Is Your Life has been presented by Gleam Toothpaste. One Gleam brushing destroys most decay and odor-causing bacteria. It's for people who can't brush after every meal. And Gentle Joy, the liquid with the mildness you can see on your hands.
We've taken our This Is Your Life cameras many places to fool our subjects, but nothing like you'll see next week. I think you'll be as surprised as our subject when you see where we turn up. So don't miss This Is Your Life from the opening minute next week. We'll see you then. Thank you. Good night. Good night, Toni.
I'm longing. Just turns out to be
This Is Your Life is a Ralph Edwards production Produced by Axel Gruenberg and directed by Richard Gottlieb. Portions of tonight's program were on videotape.
I'm a little